And we are live. So, hello guys. So, welcome back to Excel Island and welcome if you're a new subscriber. So, my name is Abatan Sheriffdeen and welcome to my channel. So, on this channel, what I currently do is I've been live streaming my learning journey using the Datacamp resources. So, you will not learn again. And this is me trying to upskill myself to become a freelance data analyst. You get it now? So, I'm currently on the data analyst on the Datacamp platform. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm currently on the data analyst in SQL track on the Datacamp platform. And so far, so good. I've been able to complete 7 courses out of the 11 courses in this career track. You can see I'm 65% through completing this career track, the courses in this career track. So after that, I plan to also start data analysis in Power BI. You get it now. But for now, let's focus on the data analysis in SQL, which contains 11 courses for over 39 hours. Then you get it. There will also be a project there. So I'm able to complete 7 courses so far. I'm trying to load up content. So I've completed 7 courses so far. I'm on the 8th course right now. We have the ninth course, the 10th course, and the 11th course. Then projects, then statements for accomplishment. And I plan to also look for data set online and practice my SQL skills before moving to the Power BI data analysis in Power BI character also. So I've been able to do this for the past 54 days. Today is day 55. So I completed a couple of lessons today, achieved my 55-day goal of learning consistently without relaxing. So and the idea is to be consistent with the learning so that I can be able to achieve what I'm supposed to achieve rather than just taking the courses, leaving it, taking the courses, leaving it. So if I go back to the progress dashboard there, so I can continue from where I stopped yesterday to get it down. So also I'm Interpreter Plus freelance data analyst on Upwork. So I've had major success as a part-time freelancer, as a freelancer on the platform. You get it now. So I've been freelancing on the platform for the past 4, getting close to 5 years now using Upwork platform. So I've had major success due to the influence of a coach. So the name of the coach is Benga Debi. So he has been the one putting me through what to do and what not to do. So and he has a course currently on. The name of the course is the Freelance Client Magnet course. So, and what the course does is that it teaches you how to become a successful freelancer and run a successful freelancing business on major platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, or even using remote job websites, and also optimizing your social media profile to like clients and gigs as a freelancer. So, I'll leave a link to the course under this YouTube description. You also get one-on-one session every weekend with the course instructor himself, Benga. Let me show you what Benga looks like. If you go to Twitter, and start to bring ADB. So here he is. So you can check out his print tweets. Then I'll leave a link to the course under this YouTube description. So you can check out his print tweets. You see lots of testimonials from successful freelancers all over the world. So let's get back to this. So I'm currently on the course Exploratory Data Analysis in SQL. Exploratory Data Analysis in SQL. Yes, done. So I'm currently on this course in this career track, which contains 4 chapters. So each course in the career track always has 4 chapters. That is very common on the Datacamp platform. It always has 4 chapters. So this chapter is what what's in the database. So I completed this chapter of the course. Then we have what summarizing and aggregating numeric data. This career track here. So let's start immediately. So if I continue from here, so I'll just continue from this chapter 2 here, summarizing and aggregating numeric data in SQL. So we'll move on. So before that, I'll also download the slides. So I always download the slides so I can open the slides in my second screen and follow along. Do you get it now? So I'll download the slide right now. So the slide is downloaded. Then I can just open it on my other screen here. So I'm trying to launch the slide. And the slide is open. So let's start. So numeric data types and
In this
summary
chapter,
functions.
we'll focus on numeric data. This includes both columns or variables that only take on integer whole number values and variables with decimal values. There are 10 different numeric data types. First, the integer types. The base type is called integer, which can be shortened to int. It allows whole numbers between approximately -2 billion and +2 billion. There are also small int and big int types that have different ranges. Between approximately -2 billion. There are 10 different numeric data types. First, the integer types. The base type is called integer, which can be shortened to int. It allows whole numbers between approximately -2 billion and +2 billion. There are also small int and big int types that have different ranges. Serial types are used for integer columns that auto-increment. They are used to generate ID columns for data that doesn't already contain a unique identifier. There are also 3 decimal types with different levels of precision. Decimal and numeric are 2 names for the same type. They can store numbers with very high precision. Precision refers to the number of digits in a number. Real and double precision types can store numbers with less precision, meaning fewer digits in the number. One way in which column types matter is that functions and operators can work differently for different types of data. The most notable example is division. When you divide by integers, the result is truncated to also be an integer. So integer 10 divided by integer 4 returns integer value 2. But integer 10 divided by numeric 4.0 returns 2.5. Now that
So integer 10 divided by integer 4. Okay, it's going to return how many 4 can you say in 10? That is 2. So it's going to return the remainder, which is 0.5.0.2, right? Yeah. But if you divide numeric division, integer by numeric, so you get the remainder. Okay,
we've
cool.
covered different data types, how do we start exploring numeric data? It's always good to check the range and summary statistics of the values in a column. Get the range with the min and max functions, which return the minimum and maximum values of their input respectively. Here, we take the min and max of the question percent column in the Stack Overflow table. The column tells us the proportion of total questions for a day with the specified tag. The AVG function gives us the average or mean of values in a column. Variance is a statistical measure of the amount of dispersion in a set of values. It tells you how far spread values are from their mean. Larger values indicate greater dispersion. Variance can be computed for a sample of data or for the population. The formula is the same except that the population variance divides by the number of values, while the sample variance divides by the number of values minus 1. The var pop function computes population variance. The var sample
The var pop function. So there's a function called var pop. So the var pop functions compute population variance. Okay.
The var samp function computes sample variance. The sample variance will always be slightly larger than the population variance.
So the sample variance will always be larger than the population variance.
Variance. The variance function is an alias for var samp. Standard deviation is another measure of variance. It is the square root of the variance. Like variance, there are also functions for both sample and population versions of standard deviation.
Okay.
Functions can return results with many decimal places. To make results easier to read, use the round function to round a value of numeric type to a specified number of decimal places. The round function takes a numeric value or column as the first argument, and the number of decimal places to keep as the second argument. In addition to computing summary measures for entire columns, it's also good practice to summarize variables by groups in the data. For example, in addition to summarizing the question percent column in the Stack Overflow table overall, we also want to compute summary measures for each tag. The output here is truncated. The numbers with an E in them are in scientific notation. There are additional functions available, but these core functions are enough to get started. Now
Yeah.
it's your turn to practice exploring numeric variables in the database.
Let's explore numeric variables from the database. So division says compute the average revenue per employee for 4,500 companies by sector. Average revenue. So get the average revenue by employee for 4,500 companies. So get average revenue. Okay, this is the revenue column by employee by employee. Average revenue by employee. Uh, hello? Hello, 1, 2. Hello? Hello, 1, 2. Yeah, Beji. Yeah, Beji. Mo ń ṣèkan lọ́wọ́ máa ní sùúrù. Ẹ gbọ́ mi. Mo ń ṣèkan lọ́wọ́ ṣọ́ máa ní sùúrù. Mo ń ṣèkan lọ́wọ́ máa ní láti ní sùúrù 20-30 minutes o. Ṣé gbọ́? Okay. So I need to reply to an emergency. So let's come back here. It says compute the average revenue per employee for 4,500 companies by sector. It says select average revenue per employee. So average revenue. Okay. So compute revenue by employee by dividing revenue by employee. Use casting to produce numeric results. So take the average of revenue per employee. So average, earlier this as average employee group by sector, order by average employee revenue per employee. So if you come back to the instruction here, it says compute revenue by dividing revenue by employee. So divide revenue. So this should be casting. If I'm still getting the average here, I'm selecting the sector here. Sector will be selected here. So yeah, that will be sector. This is the sector. So select sector from here. Then average AVG calculation here. Then we have it's a dividing by dividing revenues by employee. So this is the revenue column here. Revenue column. Revenue. Revenue divided by employee. Employee. Then we need to cast it. We want to cast it out. So use casting to produce a numeric result. Casting to produce a numeric result. Let's check casting. We want to cast. So this is the division. Then the data type will be numeric here. Use numeric result to produce a numeric result. Okay? Okay. As average employee. So this is our earlier set. So from 4500 company, that will be from 4500 company. Definitely grouping by sector. Group by sector. Then order by average employee to get our results. And we are good to go. And we are good to go right now. Ah, I think I muted myself earlier. I think I'm back. Oh, okay. So let's give it a shot. Let's see. And we have our results. So the sector. So we casted this revenue and employee column. So we're dividing revenue by employee to get the average revenue. But we casted the results to make data type. These are our results here. Let's submit that and see. So explore with division. In exploring with a new database, it can be unclear what the data means are now columns are related to each other. So in exploring a new database, so let's explore with division. So in exploring a new database, it can be unclear what data means and how columns are related to each other. So what information does the unanswered PCC column in the Stack Overflow table contain? It says what information does the unanswered? Okay, let's check it out. So this is unanswered here. So let me switch up my camera a little bit there. So this is unanswered column, unanswered counts. Okay, no, unanswered PCC. Okay, this other one here. So say what information does the unanswered PCC column in the Stack Overflow table contain? Is it the percent of questions with the tag that are unanswered with tag, or is it something else, such as the percent of all unanswered questions on the site with tag, unanswered with tag, divided by all answered? Okay, so divide unanswered count, unanswered with tag, by question count, all with tag, to see if the value matches that of unanswered to determine the answer. To exclude rows where question count is 0 to avoid a divide by 0 error. Okay, limit the result to 10. We're going to exclude here also. Divide unanswered count by question count. Okay, let me switch up my camera. We want to divide unanswered count, this one here, by the question count. Okay, then we need to have it in what? Is it integer or what? We need to specify the data type we want to return. Definitely it should be numeric. So let's say unanswered count here, unanswered count divided by question count, by the question count here. So we want to cast it to return numeric, definitely numeric. Let's guess. But they didn't mention it there. Then what are you comparing the above quantity to? Okay, so you should divide the unanswered count to see the value matches that of the unanswered PCT. Okay, so want to compare with this unanswered PCT, unanswered PCT here. Then from Stack Overflow, select rows where question count is not okay, where the question count is not null. where question count. Oh, hold up. I say where question count is because there is not now there. Is not now. Limit the result. Okay, it's not now. This one is the limit function. Is not now. You want to limit to what? To 10. Limit 10. Let's run the code and boom. We have it there. So this is the unanswered count divided by question count. Net data type as computed PCT. So unanswered PCT, then we do that. That's cool. And boom, we got that. Oh, oh, okay. Superb. The values doesn't match. Is the percent of unanswered question on Stack Overflow with the tag, not the percent of questions with the tag that are unanswered. So you have to read this again. So to read the instruction pretty well, once you have a good understanding of it. So summarize numeric columns. Sometimes okay. Summarize numeric columns. Sometimes you send a quick message. So let's say it says summarize numeric columns. So summarize the profit column in the 45 table using the functions you've learned. So you can access the course slides for reference using the PDF icon in the upper right corner of the screen. Okay, we have to summarize. To summarize, you can say select mean, average max, and STDEV of 4500 profit. You also select the profit column here. So the profit column here. So this column here, I want to summarize this. So compute the mean, average max, and STDEV. So a minute, please. Mean, max. Okay, the next one is the average. This is the average. I have to arrange it like that, or it won't be accepted. Then the max. Then the STDEV. Definitely STDEV like that. STDEV, DDDEV from 4500 of profit from 4500. If you want the query, so this is the result. So let's submit that. That's quite straightforward and simple. The next one says now repeat step one but summarize profit by sector. Order the result by average profit for each sector. So once you repeat same thing, I could just go back and copy it. Though. Let me just copy this one here. just to save time there. Control C. So it says select sector and summarize and summary measures of 4500. Okay, we are selecting sector now. You say now repeat step one, but summarize profit by sector. Okay, summarize profit from what to go by, order by average profit. Summarize profit by sector. Hold up. This is what I did earlier. I could just paste this here. Summarize profit by sector. Okay, by sector. Oh, simple. So I have to select sector first. Sector, then I can bring all this here. That should be 4. Control V. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely 4. Let's try to arrange the code. So from 14500. So what to go by? So definitely grouping by sector. So order by average profit. So select sector and summing measures of 4500 profits. Order by average profit. Okay, you can order by average of this. You can just order it by that calculation there. Let's give the code a run, and boom, we have our results. Let's submit that. That is summing statistics. Oh, check the first entry, order by plus selecting. The checker is setted order by average in there. Average of what? If I see, I think I'm saying the alias. Order by average. Then this will be also alias this as average as AVG. Let's give that a shot. Still have same thing. And boom. So they didn't state I should alias the average, but I guess that's what they want there. And cool. Oh, one more to go. Oh, I'm also with some statistics here. Summarizing group statistics. So summarizing group statistics. So sometimes you want to understand how a value varies across groups. For example, how does the maximum value per group vary across groups? The maximum value per group vary across groups. So to find out, first summarize by group and then compute summary statistics of the group results. One way to do this is to compute group values in a subquery and then summarize the results of the subquery. For this exercise, what is the standard deviation across stacks in the maximum number of Stack Overflow questions per day? What about the mean, minimum, and maximum of the maximum as well? That's kind of confusing, but let's calm down. Okay, start by writing a subquery to compute the maximum of question count per tag. Compute the standard deviation of maximum values. You say, okay, start by writing a subquery. Subquery to compute maximum of questions count per tag. Select maximum. It's a maximum of question tag of maximum of question count per tag. Question count. Okay, this is a question count column. As alias the result, alias the subquery result as max value. So you have to alias it as max value here. So from Stack Overflow, compute max by want to compute it by what? So then compute the standard deviation of max value with standard def. Hold up. Compute mean, max, and average of max value 2. Okay, select max question count by tag. Okay, by tag. We need to count by the tag here. So we can just by tag, go by tag here as maximum results. Now we need to go back up here and say compute the standard deviation of maximum values. Okay, this is the standard minimum, maximum, then average. So this will be the ST ST. I'm trying to get the ST standard deviation. STDEF. Okay, STDEV. So standard of maximum value. So the standard deviation of the maximum value. Okay. You have the mean of the maximum value, the max of the maximum value, and the average of the maximum value. So this is going to be the mean, the max, then the average. Okay, so let's give that a shot. Run the query, and boom. So this subquery is going to return the maximum value of question count by tag. Then this will be used in the outer query. Let's give that a shot. And boom, we got that. Oh, that was so quick. Oh, this is saying exploring distributions to truncate general, so correlation, mean, median, and boom. We're 34% through this chapter. So we're going to stop here today. Just little lessons there, they're not that quite hard. We achieved something, so that's the goal. All right, so thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. I love to end the live stream here today, and we'll continue tomorrow on day 56. Do support this channel by hitting the subscribe button and put on the notification bell so you know every time I go live, so we can also learn together. Also, don't forget to check out the freelance client magnet course by Benga DBE under this YouTube description. So go purchase the course, and I'll see you in the freelance community also, where you get to share knowledge, and I'll share my experience also that have helped me to become a successful freelancer and kind of enjoy or do whatever I want to do, learn anything I want to learn, and work with any client all over the world. I'll see you tomorrow on day 56.